Dr. Alex, my fellow Kenyans. First, I say karibuni to our guests, and jambo. So, Mr. Deputy President, I've got two questions. First of all, let me just say, my name is Rosemary Adigor, and I'm the PR and Marketing Director for Azimio UK chapter. So I've got two questions for you. First, when you formed the government with His Excellency President Kenyatta, he treated you more like a principal. And in that case, you were given some of the most powerful dockets that, as any deputy president, we've never seen that sort of. So that was generosity from his part. But you also played because you also brought the number with you. So it was like this. So what I want to ask is, what are you going to do different, having seen the level of corruption and unprecedented corruption that engulfed our country to an extent whereby people can't even afford to buy milk, people can't even afford to buy even just oil, and yet we have people who they are just rolling in lots of money. They are just, they can have a car from Monday to Sunday, and Kenyans are starving.
Second question, please, because we've got lots and lots of questions, please. So
I just ask you, what are you going to do different to Kenyans? Second question, should you not win the election, are you going to concede defeat and be an advocate for peace in our country? Because we know the story, and we are all eyes open. We are watching. So thank you. And lastly, I just
No, two. The lady in the middle here, please. Yeah, we'll go for 3 plus 2.
Excellency, Deputy President, thank you for sharing with us your convictions. I am Nashwat Megwar, Head of Political Practice at Concerto Global Public Affairs. I have 2 questions. The first one is a more political one. As we all know, on 9 August, there are many risks for a fair election. So on which tools do you rely to ensure a fair, transparent and inclusive election, and how can the international community support you this way? The second question is more economic. How can the international investors plug to your bottom-up platform vision to create employment and value in Kenya? And how can they become, as you say, true hustlers for Kenya?
Thank you very much. And there was one gentleman there, you, sir. Yeah. One question, please, because I want to try and get a diverse number of questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guest, His Excellency, my name is Lashan Lethbridge, and my question for you today actually is just, well, the one. Kenya's shared prosperity, and I'd actually like to hear your thoughts on the internal security of Kenya and its armed forces, and what your thoughts are to have a prosperous Kenya and a safe Kenya.
Great.
Thank you very much. Yes, I have been Deputy President for 9 years. I don't know which dockets were given to me, because when President Uhuru Kenyatta formed government after the election, we've always had one president. We've never had 2. And the responsibility over government has never been shared between Uhuru Kenyatta and myself. Our first term, we ran a coalition government, but I can tell you there was no single opportunity where my party held a PG outside President Uhuru's party. We had one parliamentary group, one government, one program, and it was all clear. There were no dockets that were given to me. I didn't appoint no minister anywhere. Everybody was appointed by the President of Kenya. And The difference, maybe you could ask, is between our first term and our second term. In our first term, granted, I played my role as deputy president. The president assigned me many responsibilities, which I discharged with distinction from where I sit. And that is why, in our first term, we rolled out our plan to build the standard gauge railway. We have built 700 kilometers. I was part and parcel of the entire delivery plan. We set out to build 10,000 kilometers of tarmac road in Kenya. By June this year, in 3 months or so, we will have actually done 11,000 kilometers. I sat long hours with officials in government to design how that was going to happen. Same case to our TVET program. Same case to all the other programs that we delivered on our first term. And to demonstrate our success, we were re-elected in our second term with twice the margin we had been elected in 2013, clearly demonstrating that the people of Kenya were happy with our delivery. Unfortunately, in our second term, because of the political dynamics that came into play, the president told me that he wanted to do things differently. And he didn't want what had become normal in Kenya, that this was Ruto. He wanted a Uhuru. And I had a discussion, a candid discussion with him. And when he told me that's what he wanted, and he wanted to run this government because he wanted his legacy alone as the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya, I was not fussy about it, because he decided that whatever I did in the first term to coordinate the government programs, work on assignments that would consolidate our plan, he decided that he wanted somebody else to do it. And I didn't complain. So executive order number 1 came into force, establishing a different arrangement in government. And I had no quarrel with it, because that's how the president wanted to deliver on his second term. Unfortunately, the people who the president maybe gave that responsibility failed him, because the whole Big Four plan fell apart. The housing plan never took off. The universal health coverage never took off. The whole space on agricultural transformation faltered. And we didn't see any of that plan. In fact,